Welcome back to Reading the Bible with Loke. I stopped last time. We're going to continue right where I left off, right where. Uh, right, so I'll back a little bit. Right, so like 13, 39, 13, like where it says, the flightless wings of the ostrich wave joyously with the pinions, with the pinion, shackles, feathers, and plumage of love. For she leaves her eggs on the ground and warms them in the dust, forgetting that a foot may crush them or that the wild beast may trample them. She treats her young cruelly as if they were not hers, though her labor is in vain because she is unconcerned for their safety. For God has made her forget wisdom and has not given her a share of understanding. Um, so my thing is with that, like, what I'm taking away from that is, and I only talk about like what I'm familiar with. So like with baby mom or your baby father, like I think just forgive them. Not I think I know. Like just forgive them because they just don't share the same understanding. They weren't built that way, and that's uh, you know just forgive them. I mean when you allow forgiveness to come in, you take off your old cloth. It's like being clean. It's like a new robe. Uh, whatever in whatever scripture that is, I'm not gonna quote. But yeah, when you forgive, you take off your old clothes and you allow God to robe you when you forgive someone. And I mean, you meet people every day who just don't see things the way you do. They just look at it like that. They don't share the understanding, right? I don't know. Anyway, use it for your baby mama stuff, baby daddy stuff. It works. All right, so 18. Yet when she lifts herself on high, so swift is she that she laughs at the horse and his rider. She can't run faster. I don't know how fast a horse can run. So let me not say that. Have you given the horse his might? Have you clothed his neck with quivering and a shaking mane? This is God still talking here. Have you, Job, made him leap like a locust? The majesty of his snorting nostrils is terrible. He paws in the valley and rejoices in his strength. He goes out to meet the weapons of armed men. He laughs at fear and is not dismayed, and in battle he does not turn back from the sword. The quiver rattles against him, the flashing spear and the lance of his rider. With fierceness and rage he races to devour the ground, and he does not stand still at the sound of war. As often as the trumpet sounds, he says, "Aha!" And he smells the battle from far away, and senses the thunder of the captains in the war cry. Is it by your understanding that the hawk soars? Stretch his wing toward the south as winter approaches. Is it at your command that the eagle mounts up and makes his nest on high? On the cliff he dwells and remains securely. Upon the point of the rock, an inaccessible stronghold. From there he spies out the prey. His eyes see it from far away. Bars. His young ones suck up blood, and where the slain are, there is he. The eagle is, the more and more I read about the eagle, it's pretty pretty bad. SS, as Ryan Clark would say. He'd spell out. Then the Lord said to Job, "What will the fault finder contend with the Almighty? Let him who disputes with God answer it." Then Job replied to the Lord. All right, so before I read that, I probably wouldn't have said nothing, because let's just go back. Didn't God show up in a whirlwind? I could be talking in the wind. I'm not talking the wind, fire, none of that. I don't know what to say. Ain't no, I don't have a history of, I don't know. Anyway. Then Job replied to the Lord and said, "Behold, I am of little importance and contemptible. What can I reply to you? I lay my hand on my mouth." Okay. "I've spoken once, but I will not reply again, indeed twice, and I will add nothing further." Yeah, that's what I would have did, Job. I'd be like, "Hey, look, you right. I don't know nothing about hawks, eagles, nothing. Now I know about the ostrich. Like, for real, for real. I would have all the way." The Lord answered Job out of the whirlwind, saying, "Now gird up your loins, prepare yourself like a man, and I will ask you, and you instruct me. Will you really annul my judgment and set it aside as void? Will you condemn me that you may appear to be righteous and justified? Have you an arm like God, and can you thunder with a voice like his? Adorn yourself with eminence and dignity, since you question the Almighty, and array yourself with honor and majesty. Pour out the overflowings of your wrath, and look at everyone who is proud and make him low. Look at everyone who is proud and humble him. And if you are so able, tread down the wicked where they stand. Crush and hide them in the dust together. Shut them up in the hidden place. If you can do all this, Job, proving your divine power, then our God will praise you and acknowledge that your own right can save you." Behold now, Behemoth, which I created as well as you. He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his loins, and his power in the muscles and sinews of his belly. He sways his tail like a cedar. The tendons of his thighs are twisted and knit together. His bones are tubes of bronze. His limbs are bars, like bars of iron. He is the first in magnitude and power of the works of God. Only he who made him can bring near his sword. Surely the mountains bring him food, and all the wild animals play there. He lays down under the lotus plants in the hidden shelter of the reeds in the marsh. The lotus plants cover him with their shade. The willows of the brook surround him. If a river rages and overflows, he does not tremble. He is confident that the Jordan swells and rushes against his mouth. That's crazy. Can anyone capture him when he is on watch, or pierce his nose with barbs to trap him? Okay. Alright, so we'll start right there, and we'll start back up at the top of Job 41, where Job is just listening now. Until next time.